everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have just come back from my local curtain maker shop and I've got a few sample books which I absolutely love, and I thought I'd show you how to dismantle them to get to the material. A few tools you're going to need is some garden cutters, a few flathead screwdrivers and maybe a claw hammer. Now there's a few different constructions of these books. Some, like this one, I prized the top off and it's a wood construction with glue and some staples. And this one here has pins going right the way through that unscrew. They're quite difficult to get to, but I'll just show you how to do that in a minute. Now there's also a lot you can use off your sample books. So if I start with this one, I'll show you a few things. First of all, I've prized this open and I've pulled the front cover off. A lot of them have a plastic sheeting vinyl on the front. Now you keep this because you can make little see-through pockets in bags and things with this, so that's very handy. So that's a keeper. Also on here you're going to come across staples, glue and nails on these books. Some of them are quite sharp, so be careful. If you want to wear gloves you can do that. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. I get one, push it through where the staple is. Sometimes I might use the other one just to go underneath as a bit of a lever, and just work them out. They can be quite long, as you'll see. And then it's not an easy thing to do. I mean, they are fiddly, but you just have to keep going at it and you'll get there in the end. Okay, so that one actually snapped off, so we'll just put that to the side so you don't want to get your finger on it at all. And then I've got another one here. A lot easier. How long those are. And I've got one more at the end here. And that one's also snapped because it was in there really firmly. So just remove any sharp bits so they're not in your way. And then you can start pulling these out. I normally pull a couple at a time. There we go. So there's first few out. Now the rest of these have just got glue in between the layers. There we go. Also, something else you can use off the books are the handles. These are great if you want to put any loops on the side of bags or anything really, so I keep those as well. I'll take that off and keep that. So again, just two at a time. Pull them out. Again, careful where you put your hands if you have any staples around the area. Also, another thing you'll find in your books are these. Now, these are great for cutting patterns. So I use these just for templates and things like that. They're quite a good thickness to them. Yeah, so I like keeping these. So I keep all these as well. And even with these little ones, you can use these for little applique pieces. Or even zip ends, where you'll sort of like put a little cover on each end of the zip before sewing it in. All right, this one has one more staple just at the bottom for some weird reason. That's got the most thickest piece of glue on the top ever. Watch the staples again, you don't want those going through your hands. Right, finally. So that has got a massive thick piece of glue running all the way across. So there we go, all our pieces are out the book. And the next one we've got is slightly different construction. This one has pins through it. So this is where we need our cutters. So come in at the side and just cut those edges off. It does take a bit of brute force, but there we go, that's one done. And if you have a that's that done. Now, on the ones that haven't got metal through the outside, you can generally pull that away that way. But with this one, because it's got that going all the way through, we're going to have to prise it open from the front. It's also glued on the inside. And there's some staples, so best to use a flathead screwdriver and just go along the front. And just try and prise that open. I can see the staples through there as well. Right, that seems to have got a lot of the front off. Again, watch out for staples. Okay, now luckily that plastic front cover has pulled out most of the staples along the top. But I will be keeping this front plastic bit, so I'll just trim all those off and discard those. Right, now let's see what we've got here. There are some more staples going through these massive staples. Oh, they've come out really easy. There we go. Each book is different and each manufacturer makes their books differently, uses different glue types, different staples, everything. So you never really know until you start taking it apart what you've got. And I mean, if things like this are just too difficult for you to do, start prizing apart, you can always get a very sharp cutting blade and just cut through all the way and discard the whole top of the book if that's too difficult for you to do. Right, let's see if we can pull these out now and what happens. Right, there we go, that pulled out really easy, and I will trim the top off. So there we go, lovely piece of material there, I really like that piece. And again, just make sure there's no staples under there. No. I will also keep this to make pattern pieces with. It's not as thick as the other piece, but it will still be very handy. Right, so I'll do a couple at a time. More's coming out with this one. There we go. So there's that. So these are all coming out quite easily. Also, these are pretty handy for other little pieces and projects. Right, I'll put that to one side. There's so many lovely fabrics you can get from sample books, and there's also so many things you can do with it. I absolutely love this blue, and I'm going to make a quilt. Another piece of card that I'll be keeping. Piece of card. There's quite a few usable pieces within these books. Okay, so this is nearly finished now. There we go. Actually, that's got the last few staples in. So I'm just going to carefully get that backing off. I may have to take them out from the back. There we go. Fiddly process. Watch your hands. But you'll get there in the end, and it's definitely worth it for the fabric. There we go. So that's all my fabrics. Now with this board here, I pulled this backing block off, and either using a Stanley blade or some scissors. Now if you want to use it as a hanging board to put things on, you can keep that section cut along there and you can use that for whatever. Cover it, pin board, something like that. I'm just going to cut mine along here, as I don't need a hanging board on mine. And then I'll keep this because it's a fab little board. I can recover it, I can, you know, just have a bit of fun with making something out of that. Also on this larger board, it's an A-frame board. You can see where they used to stand it up. I'm also going to keep this piece of strapping. I could probably do a few things with that, so I'll literally just either force pull these off or just for ease cut them. So there's a strap as well off the boards. So there we go, that's all about the boards and how to take them apart. I will keep this other board as well and discard this bit. Probably can't get these out, might be able to now. No, I can't. I'm not the easiest, but there we go. Now you can also cut along the section down there as well, and you'll have another board. Oh, it might just come off. No, but anyway, there we go. So this is what you're left with. But again, you can keep this, it's very handy. And there's all the material. I have another video and it tells you how to prepare your fabric material from sample books for sewing projects, and I just tell you how to get the back of this off and to sort out the holes in the top. I hope you like my video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more DIYs. Thanks for watching.